Hey guys, it's week number 6. Week number 6 of my 16-week journey of training for and running a full marathon. And first of all, before I get started, I'd like to say thank you and congratulations to our hometown Cincinnati Bengals for making it to the Super Bowl. I mean, it's too bad we couldn't bring home that hardware, that Vince Lombardi trophy, but honestly, how many players can say they've made it to the biggest stage, to the Super Bowl? And it brought the city together. Both sports fans and non-sports fans alike. It was heartwarming to just go around the city and even outside, a little bit outside of the city, and just see people in Bengals attire, Bengals jerseys, Bengals hats, Bengals gear, everything, and just see it on social media, on the news, everywhere. Just people were just coming together, and it was just a good sight to see. And we'll be back in due time. So last week I ran 21 total miles, my longest run being 10 miles actually, and I had to actually, due to scheduling conflicts, I had to split it over the course of 2 days. One day being indoors, I'm not a big fan of doing things indoors, but I did what I had to do, and the other day being outdoors. And this upcoming week, I'm planning on running 24 total miles. We're getting up there. My longest run is going to be 11 miles. What's interesting is that, once a year I run 13.1 miles and a half marathon. So each week now I'm basically going to be running a half marathon. So the weather this week is actually going to be pretty good. It's actually going to be pretty warm for it being winter time in the Midwest, but no surprises there. It's actually going to be in the 50s and 60s, and I'm just going to be outdoors every day. And maybe this Thursday might get some rain. May have to do some indoor cross training, but a little rain never hurt anybody. And hopefully, with it being in the warmer temperatures, we'll melt some of that snow. All right, guys, back inside this evening. I like what I got going on here with the kind of mood lighting going on back here. Check it out. I like kind of the blue and the greenish going on here, and I love that these are smart lights, because I can actually change them to whatever I want here. Ooh, that's your bright red. This one's called Spring Blossom. This is called Tropical Twilight. Very interesting. This one's called, whoa, that one's a little bright here. I think I'll settle on the blue. The blue's pretty awesome. What do you guys think? Anyway, I'm going to have do a little Q&A here. I'm actually going to discuss the top 3 questions that I've been asked when it comes to running, even predating my marathon training journey. People have asked me a lot of questions, and one of them being, and this won't be one of the 3 I cover, but one of them being, are you crazy? In that case, the answer is yes. But anyway, get into it. Top 3 questions that people ask me. So, question number 1. Why do you like to run? So the short answer is, I don't. I actually don't like to run. Running can be long, running can be boring, running can be very painful. But that's why I love running. So here's the long answer is, running's different. Running, for me, running, it puts me in the zone. Running is very challenging. I love a good challenge. And, my friends out there that are even in better shape than I'm in, they actually despise running. A lot of them hate running as a cardio exercise, a cardio workout, but I actually love it. It's something that it allows me to tune out the rest of the world, if that makes sense. If I have a lot on my mind, I'll go out and run even with no music in my ears or anything. But most of the time, 95% of the time, I'll go out for a run. I'll put in my music. I'll put in audiobooks, podcasts, and it just allows me to relax. I know that makes no sense at all. My non-runners out there probably giving me an interesting look, and I'm just like, it puts me in the zone. It's really hard to explain, but running's just a way I love to. I mean, going back to elementary school, my elementary school actually had not a regulation track. They kind of had a little gravel track that went around the playground, and I would love to go out there and just go for walks, go for little jogs, and I even have other friends come with me. I mean, I played on the monkey bars here and there and on the jungle gym, but I really enjoyed that. I don't know why. It was just so peaceful and relaxing. And then I played basketball in high school, and actually part of our preseason conditioning involved getting some cardio in on the track. And I just kind of I just really enjoyed that. I don't know why, so running is just something that's always been kind of like a go-to hobby for me, or go-to fitness workout. So, that's why I like it. Question number 2 here is, a lot of people ask me is, how do you make time for long runs? You make time for things that you care about. In the beginning of my training, I'm doing like a couple miles. My longest run is, very short, but towards the end of my training, I mean, I'll cap out at 20 miles in a day. And of course, the actual marathon will be 26 miles, but you know, I won't get to 26 as far as my training before I start doing the taper towards the end. And you know, I'm having to block off, you know, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours to do these runs. And you know, we all have the same 24 hours in the day. And you know, running is something that's important to me. And you know, if I want to be in shape, if I want to complete this marathon, I want to be conditioned, I have to make the time for it. You know, I may have to sacrifice something. You know, say I got a new video game or something like that. It's like, well, I won't be able to play that video game, you know, this Saturday or this Sunday, whatever. And you know, I'm self-employed, and what I do for work, my schedule is very irregular. So you know, I don't have the traditional Monday through Friday 9 to 5 work schedule. So sometimes I may be out of town traveling for work, and then not that out of town should stop me from getting a run in, but you know, I'll be traveling out of town and maybe I had to work a full day. I'm talking about like a 12 or 13 hour day, you know, worst case scenario there, and I may have to have my training on a Sunday. I mean, I'll bring this picture up here. Going back to that morning where I ran 8 miles in the snow and it was 14 degrees outside. Well, I had to work all day that Saturday, and that Sunday actually I had a commitment in the late morning, and then I had to work early afternoon into early evening. And so I'm like, you know, the only way to not get behind is I have to fit this run in somehow. And it's like, it's so cold outside, you know, I don't want to leave my nice warm apartment, but you know, I have to get this run in. I have to, you know, in order to not be behind, it's like, I'm gonna have to get up early. In this case, I got up at 6:30 in the morning, and I wanted to be out the door by 6:45. Well, I didn't get out the door till a little after 7, but anyway, you know, it actually felt really good. It was really cold, but you know, I was mentally prepared for it. And knowing that, you know, it's a Sunday morning, it's cold outside, you know, people are asleep, people are like, I'm not going outside. Knowing that, you know, I'm getting up, getting the work in, you know, getting the hardest part of my day out of the way before, you know, and watching the sun, before everybody gets up and watching the sun come up. I mean, it was all worth it, honestly, in the end there. So, you know, that's just going back to being intentional, and just, you know, you make time for the things that you care about. All right, last but not least, question number 3 is, how do you stay motivated? Well, that's a tough question, honestly. You know, I stay motivated knowing that I like to keep my eyes on the prizes at the end there. And it's like knowing that when I finish this marathon, you know, that's something that a lot of people, they don't want to do, but a lot of people dream of it, and a lot of people just think, and I used to think myself, you know, I've done 7 half marathons, and I'm thinking, you know, oh my God, I could never do a full marathon. You know, it's a lot of fear. I guess a fear of not making it, a fear of getting hurt, a fear of all kinds of things. So this is actually facing a fear here, and just knowing that when I finish this, I'll be, you know, it'll be sweet taste of victory here. Like, all that training came in handy. All that training paid off. And one thing that really motivates me, you know, when I'm out running, you know, I talk about I like to listen to music, but I also like to listen to podcasts and audiobooks, and I enjoy honestly listening to people's success stories, you know, whether that's like a business person, an entertainer, an athlete. I mean, I love hearing people's journey and the things they've gone through. I mean, a lot of people have gone through more things than I will ever go through, and you know, hearing people like almost hit rock bottom, and that's what motivates them to achieve greatness. Like, I mean, that alone itself is motivating. So, you know, I enjoy just, you know, celebrating other people's successes and just seeing other people succeed. And it's like, you know, that person accomplished that goal, you know, I can accomplish my goals, you know. So that, a lot of that stuff, that's what keeps me motivated, you know. It's just, it's really hard to explain, but I always just have this, my mind is just so conditioned. I always have this like burning fire and ambition inside of me. And you know, I'm just, and just the more I feed into my mind, more, you know, these success stories, and just keeping that prize, keeping, you know, my eyes on the prize at the end of the day, keep my eyes on that goal. That's what keeps me going. All right, guys, so those are my top 3 questions that people typically ask me when it comes to running. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and I will talk to you guys next week in the next video. Take care.